So now that we've run our migration, what next is to actually populate our table, and we're going to be using the factory for that and the seeder. So to do this is actually easy. Just take this video as is factory tutorial video. Take this part of the video like that. So in this video, I'm going to go in depth on how to do factories and seeders and just populate your table using Faker. So to do this, just go over to your terminal and just run php artisan make factory, and I'll call this product factory. So let's just enter that, and we've created that. We also need to create a factory for the category, and we also need to create for the store. So let's just go ahead and say this should be store, and the same thing will be for the category. So let's just do that, and we've created all that, and we can actually see all these files that we've created in our database, and right here you can actually see them. Now if you study this uh, class factory, you can see we have the definition right here. So we're just going to copy this and come over to category, and we're just going to do the same thing right here. So let's just replace this with what we have. And meanwhile, in our migration, if you go over to the category migration, we have a name and a description, and that's what we're going to use. So this will be description. So we're just going to delete the rest of this because we don't need this. And this will be figure name. This will generate a name for us. A sentence. So this will be sentence. So we can generate a sentence with this. So let's just go ahead and say sentence, and this will be a method, and we have that. So the next thing to actually see this, we need to create a seeder class. So we're just going to say php artisan make seeder, and we call this category seeder. So let's just click enter, and that has created the seeder, and we can actually see this in the seeder folder. And this is it right here. So we need to find the directory to our app and go over to module. So we need the namespace to actually do the namespace, because we have the app right here and we have the modules, and right here we have the category. So if you open the category, you can actually see the namespace right here. So that's the same thing we're going to do in category, and right here we're going to say class. So hopefully this makes sense to you. So we have a typo here. This should be category, and right here we want to run the factory command, and this will be a method, and we want to generate like a count of 7. So we want to generate about 7, and right here we want to go to create. So this will create about 7 for us. 7 of these this will run this factory 7 times and actually create 7 fake data in our database. So to actually run this, we need to register this seeder that we just created, the category seeder in the database seeder. So let's just do this, and right here just going to leave this, and let's just come over to and say this call, and this will be category seeder, and this will be class. So technically this is all we need to do, and we can now run that seeder. So let's just go ahead and run this and say php artisan db seed. Let's just run this, and we're getting an error, and let's just check what that error is and say unexpected this. So but we have an error here, and this should be like this. So let's just try to run this again. So we've run the seeder, and this has created a 7 fake data for us. So if we check the database, actually check um, our database and actually see this. So let's just go over and check this search and go over to categories. So you can see those fake name and description, and this is actually what we want to do to product and store. So let's just go ahead and do the same thing to products. So let's do store first, then we go over to product. So right here, let's just copy this. So for the store, let's just go over to the definition and do this again. So we have the name, we have the description, and mind you, if you open your store migration, you can see we have the name, description, and image, and the category ID. So we have the name and description, and for the category ID, what you can do is you can do some kind of relationship. But for now, I'm just going to make this very easy. Since we know that we're generating 7 categories, we can just use a random function, and this will be from 1 to 7. So hopefully this makes sense to you. And the next thing we need is to actually it's actually the avatar, the image for this store. So what we can do is we can use if like an image placeholder. So if we should go to preavatar.cc, I'll leave a link to this in the description. So you can see we can use this whole free image. So we can just use this and just get the ID from here. So we can copy this right here, and so for the image you can say this will be a string, and for the image ID we just want to run a random, and this will be from, let's say, 1 to 20, because by the end of the day we want to generate about 20 store. So let's just say from 1 to 20. So this will append a number between 1 to 20 at the back of this, and we can now get different images. So let's just go ahead and create that seeder. So php artisan make seeder, and this will be store seeder. So we've created that, and right here we can do the same thing that we've done for the category, which I can just copy this and right here yeah. So this will be store, and right here we want to create 20. So if we should come over to register this, let's just copy and paste this. Let's just comment that out, and right here we want to say store. So let's just go ahead and run this store seed. So db seed. So you can see that has run, and let's just go over to our store, and let's see, this has created 20 new records for us, fake info, and you can see those ID, image ID right there. So this is actually what we want, and the last thing we're going to do for this video is actually create the factory and the seeder for the product. So let's just go over to our store, and let's just copy this, and for the product let's just do the same thing that we've done for the category and the store. And right here we're going to say we have the category ID, and we're going to have the store ID, and this will be store, And right here we created 20, so this will be from 1 to 20. And right here we have another column called price. I think if we should go over to yeah, so we have another column called price, so we can just say price, and this should be between 150 to about 2000. So this will generate random word between 150 to 2000. So this will be price. Let's just go over and do this. Uh, Create the seeder. So let's just say PHP artisan make seeder, and this will be the product seeder. So let's just run that and go over to the product seeder and do the same thing that we did here. And for the products, I want to generate about 60 products, and this will be products. And if we go to here, we can just comment this out because we might need it in the future. So this will be products. Yeah. So let's just run this db seed and just run that. So that has created um, some information for us, and you can see all that right here. So the we did a slight mistake here. We actually getting an image from ID of 1 to 20, which should be from the ID of 1 to 60, but it's still okay. Still looks good, and I'll see you in next video, guys.